All right. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
What up, people?
All right. So we are back on Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. I was old bag last stream. I'm still mildly traumatized by it, but it's fine. Um, and yeah, Edgeworth is being weird as shit. Um,
Yeah.
Francisca is still in the hospital with a bullet hole in her shoulder. There's some irony in that one. And yeah, I think that
Mm-hmm.
and Adrian's next up on the witness stand because we figured out
Yeah.
was the one in the Nickel Samurai costume.
Yes.
So, shall we go ahead and get started?
Because she's short.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good? All right.
Yep.
Oops, forgot what I'm
Yes.
doing. Oh, holy shit, it's gonna blow out my eardrums. I apologize, guys. There we go.
March 22nd, 2:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews.
She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her.
So, after the ceremony? During the break, huh? Wow. That's pretty not chill, dude. Oh wow, what a flashback. Wow. Wait, who sleeps like Okay, anyway. I'm not gonna question it. I was sleeping like a log the entire time.
Yeah, that looks like close. You could sleep like a log in.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's how I sleep in all my cosplay.
I was about to say, I pride myself in mostly making comfortable costumes. Mostly because I don't want to walk around in anything super uncomfortable, but I still don't want to fucking fall asleep in my cosplay.
No.
Especially if it has armor. Holy shit.
Yeah.
She
Armored
could have also
cosplay, hooray.
she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your Hakama. Perfect. If it's still me, I'm trying to let my dog out.
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
You're good. Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Bro. Then, dude, you're saying it really was her? Damn.
This
Yes,
seems
she
too
is-
easy.
I know, like this is definitely not the answer, y'all.
I mean,
She is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida. Just seems like too easy of a setup. I don't trust it.
Since this is
it
the last
does.
part
Like,
of
for
this
game?
game, yeah. The final case, I am not
Yeah,
expecting us
you're
to
right.
like sit there and go, guys, we
We
figured
did
it out. Considering how much of a runaround we got with Von Karma last time.
Yeah.
I felt that. But why? I thought she was buds with Han.
She has her own agenda.
Or does she? Oh, well, she does. Okay. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? We share the same schedule.
I'm sure you'll see by the time the trial's over. It'll be all right. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today.
Get me a verdict that's refreshing, like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude. Acha.
Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right?
Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and that person thought to have that the person thought to have hidden it. There we go.
Is Juan Carita the
Mhm.
victim of this murder?
And that's why I think Miss Andrews got too close to Mr. Carita. All to get the suicide note back.
That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me.
What?
Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impact's?
It was Edgeworth.
It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. All right, sexy 8-year-old time over.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
I'm
So-
scared.
Catching up with the chat.
Mhm.
Maybe she planted the knife after the fact. We know that he was killed by a scarf first. So yeah, that's where like there's twists and turns in this. Like I think we're forgetting that, or not like we as in like us, but like we as in the game are forgetting that he was strangled first.
Well, like, the other issue is that, like,
Same.
she's, like, we've canonically decided she's short. How the
Yeah.
hell did she strangle him?
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
You're right.
I have a lot of ways that I can think of to kill someone because I'm tiny, and strangulation is not one of them. I just sounded like a serial killer on stream. I promise if there are police watching this, I have not killed anyone.
Yeah, the FBI agent has
Goodness.
definitely tapped all of our phones now.
Uh-huh.
Know that we're just speculating here. We're not actually committing a crime.
We're
Uh,
playing a game, guys. A video game.
oh yeah, she could have just kicked him in the groin to make him bend over and then strangled him while he was in pain.
But strangulation takes a while. Like, granted, I've never been kicked in the nuts, so I don't know how it feels like. But I assume that sometime,
Right.
in about a minute and a half, which is about as long as it takes you to be strangled, you might realize there was an issue with your breathing.
Yeah, maybe. Who
Mike.
knows?
Mike.
Oh, sorry, scratching my eyeballs.
Anyway.
Anywho, March 22nd, 2:25 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Now that we've established I'm the serial killer of this squad,
Oh no.
court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please.
Yay, yay. I mean, the prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Please and thank you. I would greatly appreciate it. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Carita's room. Wah, wah, wah. There she is. What is your occupation? Please use a sentence.
I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt on guard.
I see. Now then.
Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request.
Yes, sure. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing. And would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently, if you can call it that.
No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland.
God damn it. God damn it, Mr. Judge. I mean,
If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Even though you just asked me not to.
It's fine.
Yes, I was seeing Mr. Kurita. Damn. He also nosy. I was also
Like that.
aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. So they were going out. Oh, cool. Okay, but this was a private matter between Juan and myself.
I'd like to point out, Matt and Juan could have still been fucking. We have no evidence to the contrary.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Like, they've got to clear that up for
True.
me before I decide it wasn't happening.
Make
They
it gay,
play
you
men in
cowards.
spandex.
Exactly.
Come on. Tight spandex. Tight.
Mm.
Anyway.
So it was a fry and bait matter? Or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. I have no idea what he just said.
I'm confused as to what the fuck that meant at all.
His thought process just went 500 different directions. Anyway, but I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that,
I mean,
except
the
maybe
I
the
am.
that
defense
guy over
did,
there.
but you know,
um,
think we just accused her, but whatever.
I think there's someone who would beg to differ. Oh, there we go. There we go.
I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews.
Very well then, witness. Please testify to the court. About what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. Spill all that tea, sis.
Alright, where I found the body.
It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. And I covered him up in giant teddy bears. No, and there was his dead body. I was in shock.
So then you went back and you put on your client's costume.
Yeah. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as the crime scene photo.
Naturally.
I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. That's what you do when
Contaminated the
you
crime
discover
scene.
a body. Right.
You know, most people, upon finding a dead body and feeling faint, would just leave the room. Not
Right. Why would you pour yourself a glass of juice?
not make it into
would-
their personal cafe.
Why would you pour yourself a glass of juice from the same room the dead body was found in? Who
Also,
knows what's in that?
there's no
Also, it was
we
tomato juice. Tomato juice is not that, tasty.
well,
So,
like,
yeah, I mean, if it was like something else, sure.
if you
but
see this
come on.
glass, tomato juice leaves, like residue, so you can tell she didn't drink out of it. She just
Right.
fucking poured it.
And she didn't do. What do you? Can you imagine the scene? Like, just like, oh yeah, I poured myself a glass of tomato juice, and then I sipped it lightly as I looked at the dead body. Like, what?
Like, none of this makes
I'm
sense.
sorry.
Some sociopath
Right.
shit right there.
This is a lot.
Oh my god, I forgot it was in our Phoenix. You mean this glass of juice? He pulls it out of his pants. God, I forgot about that. Thank you for that reminder.
You poured yourself a glass of juice?
I'm glad the judge thinks that's weird. Yes, some sense. Like
Not-
2 cents, but
Not much, yeah.
Oh wait, it's Shotgun. You poured yourself a glass of juice. Is it
Oh
me?
no,
God,
it's you.
is it?
Didn't even.
No. All right, someone take over.
All right.
Yes, while I wait.
Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed
Dumbass.
the crime scene by
Sorry.
moving this one thing. Oh shit, that means I have to take over Edgeworth too.
Do you want me to do one of them?
Yeah, you go ahead and take Edgeworth really quick.
And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I don't know what that voice was, but that's what
It's
we're
fine.
going with.
I see.
That's so beautiful. Thank
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Considering the fact that I've had the shittiest judge voice for the last 3 streams, it's fine. Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match.
Yes, I know.
In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing.
Disrupt her pacing?
She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking, so you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand?
Uh,
No, but I guess we'll go for it.
So in other words, Roxy like a puma, you know, like that lady from Hannah Montana. Anyway, I'm done with myself. And it's stuck on the word I see with the judge, by the way.
All right, so I guess I'll pick it back up. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room.
and what was Mr. On Guard doing at the time?
He was taking a nap. In his fucking entire costume. He was worn out from his many performances as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony, where he was on stage for a whole 3 fucking minutes.
Mr. On Guard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes?
Excuse me? It? What are you...
Right, I thought your years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence.
Edgeworth is savage.
If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch.
Oh my god.
Did you, Miss Andrews, Mr. Uncard's knife from his room? Yeah, years of eating cereal.
No. Mmm.
Subject, verb, object. Right. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. What a bitch. Oh my god.
Damn. Wow.
Don't make fun of people for how they talk, bitch.
After that, I went to Juan's room.
And why did you do that?
As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes.
So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship. I press further.
Let's press further.
Yeah.
Do this.
Is that the only reason?
I beg your pardon? What are you implying?
She tried to sneak a smoochie. You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim?
This was not the fucking place or time. Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time.
I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got into his room? Sorry.
And there was his dead body. I was in shock.
You were in shock,
What?
like a human person?
Was I not supposed to be?
No. Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corita.
He's still a dead body.
Yeah,
What?
I mean, don't you confess to dead people all the time?
I just like.
Anyway. Oh, I think it's back. I don't know.
Are you back?
I think it's back. Is anyone randomly stumbling
Yep.
upon a dead body
Yep,
would be in
yep,
shock?
Yep.
Okay. Thank God. Oh yeah, anyone randomly stumbling upon a body would be in shock. Even though now I think it's frozen again. God damn it. Okay,
No.
keep going.
And you can't seriously expect that a
No.
young beauty like her would not be shocked.
What the hell does her looks have to do with anything?
Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not.
Hmm.
You, Phoenix, for having some sense.
I see.
Thanks.
What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo.
This photo you're referring to. This is the photo you're referring to, correct?
Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest.
And the guitar case was like this too?
Yes, it was open and empty, of course.
Oh, that's right. And then what did you do next, witness?
Do you want me to take Edgeworth back? I can.
No, it's fine.
I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice.
Hold it. Juice. Please explain to me this juice.
Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself.
But you didn't drink any of it, did you?
Yeah.
Huh?
Like a normal
There,
person.
there were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it.
I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it.
Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corrida, you were in great shock? And that's when you poured yourself a glass of juice, correct?
And
And then your
what
tummy
of
hurt
it?
and you said no more.
Yeah.
Um,
My mind really was a complete blank at the time.
your mind was a complete blank. Phoenix, we're like head empty, no thoughts, like 100% of the time.
So, so your boyfriend has the knife sticking out of his chest, and you pour yourself a wine glass of tomato.
This is a mess.
Okay.
I didn't
Okay.
think that was possible for you.
Aren't you rude today? I was so
Rude every day.
dazed, yeah, that I made one careless mistake. That one thing.
What one thing? Badgering the witness?
Never mind. It's no big deal.
No,
Right.
we gotta. It's a big deal. Yeah, press further.
All right.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Excuse me? Anyway.
Miss Andrews. I'm convinced
I don't know
that,
why we're in pitch
as you-
perfect.
as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I think we're gonna go with the nasally voice because
Well,
that's really
there
the
you
only
go.
other voice that I can do.
You're not going to
Was
do
the
Southern.
mistake dating Juan Corrida?
Oh my god, I could do a Southern Edgeworth. That would be hilarious.
I dare
Southern Edgeworth. Do it.
Okay.
I want to hear this.
I'll try.
I'm sorry. It's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. What flower vase are we talking about? Flower vase?
Yeah, I didn't see no flower.
Are you talking about the one on the
Was
floor
there
in the crime scene
flower?
photo? Oh, the broken one right there. This. Oh, I see what our contradiction is going to be, though.
What?
So, if the flower vase fell over, where's the guitar case? There's water on top of the lid of the guitar
Right.
case, which means it couldn't have been open.
Yeah.
This,
Oh.
yeah. And it's very clearly open in that picture.
Uh-huh.
This mess of glass shards? It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. All right, come on, Lemur, give it to us.
Oh, yes.
There is so much pressure. Oh, why? Why did you withhold such an important piece of information?
I'm sorry. I thought that the crime scene was already in disarray. Sorry.
Welcome, internet.
Okay, I can
Kentucky
do
Fried
this.
Edgeworth.
That people would simply assume
Oh no.
the vase was just another part of the mess. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. This is so hard to do the judge's voice and laugh. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal in your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else.
Why? Well, he didn't say anything there. I don't know how to go.
I was the one who knocked the flower vase over where it fell onto the guitar case. I think we're gonna press this first, but I think we know what to present.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure whether we need to present it in the thing or not.
Yeah. What kind of flower vase was it?
It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take one's pulse. So I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser, and that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase.
That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself.
Nick, you're... That's what she would
saw a dead body.
like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality.
It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now.
I warned you earlier that she wouldn't crack so easily. The only way to make her is to...
Keep on the offensive and not let up.
The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence.
To find something. I just have to, for Maya's sake.
Alright, so we're gonna do... Take that, bitch!
You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct?
Yes.
Sorry. And you were sure it fell onto the guitar case?
Is there some problem with what I said?
Yes. Let me get there. It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the
problem.
It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, it is exactly, Jesus. However, that's exactly what's strange. Or something like that. I don't know. Miss Andrews.
Miss Andrews, is water wet? No,
You
okay, no.
testified
No, we're not.
that the
We're not.
You testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside.
Hot damn. That's very true.
I think the game knows that I gave Edward the southern accent, and they're like, he doesn't need to talk. Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case.
And what is that?
It's just empty. Let's take another look at the crime scene.
It's just listen, say.
I'm not gonna let Vine die. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
And what is wrong with that?
If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards would be on the inside, not the outside of the case.
Oh!
Get 'em.
What's your point, right?
What's your point, right?
That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over. Is that all? No. I think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yeah. I don't know how to do that in an accent.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly, I think they mean explicitly.
I think they do.
Say she didn't touch the guitar case.
Explicitly.
But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all.
What was in the guitar case?
That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it?
It seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? I mean, there had to have been something in it. It just wasn't the guitar. And we still don't know where the Nickel Samurai costume came from. So what if the Nickel Samurai costume was in the case? Galaxy braining.
There you go.
We're gonna make her testify.
Galaxy brain thinking.
The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it's you. Can't believe I'm doing this either.
Alright, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. I don't know why I don't know what the judge got there at the end, but whatever. I don't remember...
He just changes his personality.
It's fine.
It's okay.
I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know.
Or do you?
It only has Juan Carita's fingerprints on it. So she couldn't have opened it unless she was wearing gloves. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point.
This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination now. Oh, I forgot that was me. God damn it. Using any way to
Using
change the
any way
topic.
to change.
You're
There you
back!
go.
Yes. Using any way to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man.
Ah.
Uh. Sorry.
Mhm.
I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed.
During your testimony just now, didn't you remember those events clearly in your mind?
Details.
Well, you see, about that. No.
Are you sure you?
A parrot or in the background yelling. I don't know.
Are you sure you were the one who opened the guitar case?
No, it's
She's waiting for someone to tell her.
Damn it. This is my second story.
You are breaking up really badly.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Come back.
Yeah, break up again. Oh.
She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should enter or not.
Hello.
Hi.
Mona, are you there?
No, what?
Okay.
Okay, is that Phoenix and Mia?
Yep.
Okay, still. Okay, thank God.
Sounds like her dependent side is taking over.
Well, Mr. Andrews?
Yes. Yes, Mr. Judge, it was me, Dio. Or is it was I, Dio. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over.
We've just got this string of different
You
things she
sup-
did next to this dead body at this point.
You opened the guitar case then? Make up your mind.
So you didn't, or you did, or you didn't. Well, yeah. Well, yes. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Oh my god. Why
It's
did you
up
open the
for
guitar
the
case?
audience to decide. Maybe the audience should vote on it. Can I phone a friend?
Mr. Creative's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case. Not the first thing she did was
Usually-
Pour herself
juice.
juice.
As the witness has said multiple times when she found the dead body. I have no idea what accent this is. She was dazed. Yes, dazed. I agree with whatever the man
Oh, no.
across from me said. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not.
Dead
'Cause
body,
that's what
and
I would.
she's like, you know what? Is the guitar okay though?
I thought maybe the criminal took it. Oh man.
Why would she care about the bright red guitar?
Cause it's expensive as fuck and probably premium Bandai shit. But getting back on topic. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. Was it?
Was it really empty?
Was there the nickel samurai costume inside?
I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, The guitar was still inside?
Phoenix, have you been here for the last... Oh my god.
Objection! How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. God. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. Please. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention.
Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright.
Sorry.
As for why I opened the case, I don't know.
Yeah, that's my excuse, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Leaving the witness.
Yes, that's probably it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence, so I guess I should give it a try.
Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now.
I wasn't planning on letting up, but...
She's at her weakest now, so this is our chance.
Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with...
I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. Okay. We're gonna call her on this one.
I suppose I must have opened the guitar case, blah blah, after I knocked the yes, guitar. Same.
Yeah. There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case.
Why? Why would you say that?
It's elementary, my dear. Oh my god.
Okay, Sherlock Holmes.
Is now when I should point out that in one of the latest games that actually hasn't been brought over to the US, Phoenix, or I think it's supposed to be Phoenix's ancestor. To point out, I have not played Daigyaku Saiban for anyone in the chat that knows what I'm talking about. Herlock Sholmes is one of the I don't know if he's the detective or the prosecutor or what. And Watson is the most adorable little girl.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's cute.
She's so cute.
Amazing.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt that one.
It's okay.
No, you good. You Gucci.
Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Riddle me that, Batman.
Okay, Robin. Damn. I mean,
What is it, Miss Andrews?
Dot. You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case.
but that's exactly
What do
we
you
should have
mean?
done. I'm playing a mind trick on you, so just hold on. What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time?
Did you put them on after pouring the juice? Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time?
It was the night of the award ceremony. So, of course, I dressed up for the occasion. Yes. Now I remember conveniently. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. I'm gonna call her on that one.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
That's strange.
Mr. Wright?
Sorry. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange?
Why is it strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time?
Yeah, I have a wine glass with your fingerprints on it.
I have a fingerprint right here. This wine glass.
The wine glass?
You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass.
Damn it. Curse my juice obsession.
Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case?
Damn.
We broke her glasses.
I'd like to point out that shit is expensive. How many extra
girl,
pairs does
why
she
would you
have?
do that?
Order, order, order. Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time.
Oh, yeet.
What do you mean?
I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here.
It's just an empty case.
No, it ain't.
I wonder if it really was empty, though.
But the guitar, the bright red guitar, was at the studio.
Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar.
Oh my god.
We gotta spell it out for you.
You don't mean it was the bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either.
What's wrong with it?
I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves despite the fact that on the case...
Your Honor. This is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us into his misguided ...
No, Your Honor, please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it's wide open in the photo of the crime scene. I'm sure this guitar case had some relation to the murder.
If you were so sure, right? Then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder.
Because I said so. Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
So.
Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar not being the only thing? You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar was inside the...
Oh my god.
Not you too, bitch! Oh, you are all idiots. It was clearly mahogany. I mean, so...
Mahogany.
It's mahogany. Anyway, so you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, right?
I wouldn't say something. I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. You
That's
do all
bullshit,
the time.
yeah.
We BS everything.
Okay.
Light that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. That big, beautiful head. Now, then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder? Hmm?
Well,
I mean, so if you it's gotta be like it's the costume. Maybe there's a spare. Because obviously he's wearing it.
yep.
So,
Yeah.
but also then somebody else is wearing it around the same time. So there has to be two.
There has to be 2 costumes. I'm gonna do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is a photograph.
Oh my god.
I've never
Yes,
seen
but
one of
what
these
What a
before.
great observation, Your Honor.
Yes, but what's important is what is in the picture, Your Honor.
In this picture?
Oh my
It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume.
Oh, I'm having galaxy brain shit right now.
What?
Oh.
What?
Okay, stay with me for a second. So,
Okay, we're staying with you.
the Nickel Samurai costume is inside of the guitar case. We know that Juan Corrida was the only person to open up the guitar case. The press conference has the Nickel Samurai about to confess something, but our Nickel Samurai doesn't remember any of that. So, what if Juan Corrida was going to be the one that was confessing something after the post-ceremony stage show that was going to damage our client's reputation?
Uh-huh.
I don't have anything more than that. But
That makes sense to me. Yeah.
because I've been sitting here
No,
trying to figure out why the Nickel Samurai, our client, wouldn't know that there was the post-ceremony stage show. But if he wasn't
Right.
actually supposed to be the one doing it, but it was Juan Corrida,
Yeah.
which I assume if Adrian knew that the costume was in there, that she had to have been in on it or something.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Matt on guard was somehow involved in Celeste's death?
Ooh.
Because remember, he wouldn't talk about it?
Mm-hmm.
He, like, talked to his watch instead and was avoiding the topic altogether?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh.
I think we've got, or I've got a weird galaxy brain theory, but I think I might be somewhat on the right track here.
Yeah.
Because
I
things
felt it.
have sort of gone together. And what if Adrian getting close to Juan Corrida wasn't just for the suicide note, but also the two of them teaming up to avenge Celeste?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shit.
that makes sense. Holy shit. Damn.
I still don't know where the stolen camera... Oh, never mind. We figured out where the stolen camera was. We found out Old Bag had it.
Yep.
Yeah, because they're a crazy fangirl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just still not entirely sure how Juan Corrida ended up dead.
Yeah. Because he's dating Adrian, so.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And if Adrian was in on the whole thing, then she wouldn't have killed him. And in fact,
exactly.
that brings more suspicion onto our client because it would have destroyed his reputation. So he'd be the one wanting to stop it.
Right. This is weird, y'all. This is weird. Unless the killer is actually the killer. Like, you know what I mean?
Possibility.
Yeah.
Don't know
He
why
is
yet, but
called
you know.
the killer.
He is. He would be very aptly named if he was actually the actual killer.
Mm-hmm. Ah, see.
Galaxy
What?
brain. What
There
if
we
Matt
go.
on guard hired the killer to kill Juan Corrida and then kidnaps Maya to force us to defend on
Oh my
guard?
God.
I feel like I'm going into the mafia theory now.
Oh man.
no.
That's too deep. Too deep.
It's happening. It's happening. We've
But
gone
On Guard is
too
fucking
far.
sus.
Yeah, he is very sus now.
I do not trust. I don't know how he would have gotten around the psyche lock when we asked him. Although I think we just asked him whether he killed Juan.
And he said no.
He said no.
Remember? He said,
Well, the thing
Right.
is that if he hired the killer to kill Juan, then technically he was telling
That
the
means
truth.
he
He
did
didn't
it.
kill Juan.
Yeah.
yeah.
He hired
somebody
someone else to do it. So that's like loophole. I don't know how loopholes work with psyche locks.
Yeah.
He said, and I remember, he said, I didn't kill Juan Corrida or anyone else. I'm like, why did you say or anyone else? You know what I mean? That's weird. That's kind of weird.
Although,
But anyway.
I don't know. Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Right. Are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that?
That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory
Cool.
because I want to win. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative reporter who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct?
You mean this photo?
Look at this photograph.
Order! Order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix.
Well, you know my strategy, speak first, think later.
Hmm.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah. So the real
Yeah.
murderer was hiding inside a costume.
Objection. Well, wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt on Guard's. Why would something of the defendants be in the victim's room? Because
That's a
they're
good question.
dating, duh.
Uh,
Duh.
They're
And
fucking, it's
inside the
fine.
guitar case of... Right. And inside the guitar case of all places. I mean, they are in a hotel.
Look, sometimes you sleep over at Bay's and you forget your clothes, apparently. And Bay just has to return them
you-
for you. It's
and
fine.
Bay is into Nickel Samurai costumes, so, you
Yeah.
know, sometimes...
It all works.
Yeah.
True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case? Alright, I don't think we can say it was stolen. Because On Guard was wearing one,
Spare. Yeah.
so it had to have been a spare costume.
Tokusatsu people have literally a fighting costume and a performing one. So, like, it's a thing. So, it is a thing. I know that for sure. There's the stunt people and then there's the regular people. Anyway. Too much.
Mr. On Guard did not take his costume off during the break period.
He somehow napped in it.
Yeah.
In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one.
What?
Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case?
She put it in there. It would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose.
Which he probably got from Adrian if they were going to try to trap Matt on guard. But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the Jamma Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai's spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
It's his kink. Anyway.
And therein lies the sticking point.
Well, what are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue like
Yep.
me?
Yeah. Huh? No, I just.
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why the fuck are you always brain empty, no thoughts? Why do you think the victim had this Nickel Samurai spare costume? Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you.
We have to believe in him.
All right, this is what I think.
Are we going with my theory?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We
What is
believe
this?
You.
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right? What?
But what struck me as strange was that Mr. On Guard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
But
Suspicious.
how can that be?
Nobody
question.
told him.
Now, the way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, no. By none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Kurita himself.
The
Dun,
victim?
Dun dun.
Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for the very conference. Mr. Kurita was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai.
Oh snap!
He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am now concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something? And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself, quote unquote.
Which means that Juan Kurita posing as the Nickel Samurai was going to speak about Matt on Guard.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean. Wonder if it was about Celeste.
Ooh.
But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's public disclosure.
Miss Andrews?
I can see why you are pros at what you do.
Pardon me?
Yes, as you say. The press conference was set up by Juan.
Miss Andrews,
Everybody gasped in the court.
please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me.
You?
Juan had everything on the Gem and Ninja this year. Oh, bet everything, sorry. He bet everything. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's
Oh,
what
shit.
he thought, anyway. Oh, damn.
He was going to ruin him, huh?
Yee. I mean, yeah. It looked like somehow Juan had his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt Unguard's acting career had it been revealed.
What the fuck? What?
Eh? Hot diggity damn.
And do you know what the secret of Mr. On Guards is, Miss Andrews?
He still was the best. No, that's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, he took the secret to his grave.
Damn.
I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone with my, not telling the truth of things, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all. Because I'm his manager, even though I'm screwing the other guy.
Protect Mr. On Guard.
And yet again,
yeah.
another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could please tell us the truth about your behavior.
No. I mean, yes, Your Honor. I understand. It's
Oh,
like,
there's
no,
just so
I
much
will not
perjury
be
all the
doing
time.
that. Protect Matt. Protect. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt
What?
had to kill Juan, no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him.
Or
throw him under the bus, I don't know.
This does account for everything.
Well, I am the logical type.
We're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright.
Damn. This a call-out post.
We thought we were getting somewhere. We were wrong, but we thought.
No.
Bitch,
we thought. Oh, bitch. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again.
God damn.
That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down.
Wee. Protect Matt.
Let's do this.
From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer.
Why would you say that was your intuition speaking? Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Good lord.
Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own.
Ow.
Burn! Anyway. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things.
Method, opportunity, and motive.
Yeah.
3 things?
Yes. A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence.
Not quite, but,
Almost.
Almost.
We almost got it. You got one. That's good.
2.
Or 2. Nah, never mind.
Also,
I can't
I'm
count.
correct. She's the one that has no idea what she's talking about. Decisive evidence is not one.
True. And if you think these three things through, the answer becomes quite clear.
You should have already known that, Phoenix.
Oh.
Sorry, they didn't teach us. They didn't teach that to us in school. At least not from what I remember.
Just eat more lawyeros.
Method, opportunity,
Continue.
and motive. Just
There
remember,
you
those
go.
are the 3 components to any crime.
There you go. May I continue now?
Yeah, sure.
If you feel like it, I guess. Matt had to kill Han no matter what.
Doesn't matter. So you would say this need came from the press conference?
Yeah. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt on Guard.
And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume.
But I'm sure Mr. On Guard himself didn't know anything about the press conference.
Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference?
No, because we don't have any.
Frick.
Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony.
Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony, if you please.
Hi. Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? Teehee. I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right.
Please, we love talking about stuff that we don't have any proof for. Let's go. Has Mr. On Guard done something to hurt or betray you personally?
Why do you ask?
You were the one who helped Mr. Carino with his press conference. And that event was supposed to bring down Mr. On Guard, yet you still helped out.
Job security is not really great in her mind.
Nope.
No.
The person on trial right now is Mr. On Guard, Wright. What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of your concern. It's none your business. Thank you. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. Ooh. Ba-bam.
Why do I keep doing this to myself?
Because we're stupid,
Because-
it's fine.
Reason. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. Huh.
But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. On Guard was taking a
Sleep.
nap in his room?
He was asleep.
Are you telling me now that that too was a lie, so you could cover for Mr. On Guard?
Sleepy. I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying,
Stage for murder.
but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however.
Damn.
God. The judge is glaring straight at Mia.
He's glaring at you, smart guy.
She's like, don't bring me into this.
Excuse you, I'm an 8-year-old with boobs.
Right.
My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence. Of course, the button and the knife.
You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage.
Then, what about the button?
The button?
If we keep asking this, we're just hoping that people will forget about the button.
Right. It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Gem and Ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, correct?
The button was found in the pleats of Matt's Hakama. Isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence.
Eric?
Looks like you were
Damn.
outfoxed again, Mr. Wright.
Big
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony.
I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
Thank goodness Mia can still look at me.
With an icy stare, yes. Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
The button was torn off Juan during his fight with Matt.
So quick housekeeping note. We've got about 3 more parts in her testimony and we are over our hour.
Okay.
So do we want to continue to finish out her testimony or start off with the end of her testimony next time?
Let's wrap up this section because we've already added a couple of things and usually that's a pretty good hint as to what we need to do, and then as soon as we finish her testimony, this section will end up tonight.
Okay.
Yee.
Okay. And how do you know that?
When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly, or so I heard.
I've heard that before too. But why would Miss Andrews know about the case down to such fine detail? Suspicious.
Don't look at me like that. Just because I'm prepared and you're not. Oh.
Arg. And I thought I had her this time for sure.
Damn.
Finn. Hold on. My dog is trying to break out. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay. So I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. Oh. Oh, that's you. You're just
No,
looking at
you
me.
As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid.
Really? Because to me, it sounded a little wishy-washy.
Wishy-washy. Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more.
You should know this by now. But you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk.
Got it, Chief. I'm going to pin you down this time, Miss Andrews. It's a weird way to...
Yeah.
Okay, so we didn't... We're going to press on that statement because I skipped it last time.
But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? At the worst possible time.
Can't argue that one.
Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as he put it?
This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. On Guard at any time. Why then would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? The same reason why Mr. Purita planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. On Guard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant.
Objection? This isn't Phoenix Wright wax philosophical power hour. Damn. And please stop slandering the witness. Even though you're right.
Okay. Okay, well. Now we get to look for our contradiction. Okay, so from the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling Matt was the murderer. I don't think we can... It looks pretty obvious. I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. And I don't have any evidence for that. That button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. I mean, it's a little weird that she knows that, but...
Yeah.
But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him. Well.
Should we cheat?
Let's see. Do you want help?
I would like some help, please. If you would like to
Alright.
give me a hint.
The button was turned off Juan during this fight with Matt.
Mhm.
That's the statement we want to press.
Okay.
And we are going to present. Actually, we're going to present Juan's autopsy report.
Oh, well.
Sorry,
me.
my bad. I meant present, not press.
It's fine.
Blatantly said the wrong thing, but it's okay. Didn't ding us any points.
Yeah, I forgot that the button wasn't torn off until afterwards. Or, I
Mhm.
guess, the stabbing. Suicide report. There's the autopsy report.
Oh, damn.
This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf.
Strangulation?
Yeah. The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off the costume. When?
After the knife was stabbed into the victim.
Exactly, which means it's impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight.
Ah, bitch.
That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. I didn't say no way, but here we go.
Yeah.
This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body.
Look, we like to make wild conjecture for things that we can't actually prove. Order! Order! What is the meaning?
Objection! What is the meaning of this, right?
You took my line.
You're welcome. So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change?
Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve?
What purpose?
We now know this button was torn off during the fight.
It was not torn off during
It
the
was
fight.
not. Sure. Yeah.
So the murderer took the time. Was not, sorry. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. Sorry, my brain just went into automatic mode and read the wrong thing.
It was a trophy. No.
That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it? I'm pretty sure. I don't think we can argue anything other than it's to pin the crime.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. Is to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There's no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants.
You're so hot when you're right.
That's right, Mr. On Guard was set up by the real killer, of course.
The killer. Oh.
Is his first name real? Is it real?
Right.
And
Real.
the real murderer is, well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then?
The killer.
Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point.
Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, we need help on this shit.
Yeah, hold on.
I assume that we're going to say it was Adrian. But
Let me reread it, but yeah, I think so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think we're wrong.
Yeah, it presents
Yeah.
Present
no
Adrian?
profile.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
You're right.
When you write, you
Miss
right.
Adrian Andrews. I choose you.
She's not a Pokemon.
You are Mr. Korea's killer.
What?
Order, order, order! Mr. Wright! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge?
The evidence? Oh. Yeah. All the evidence points to Miss Andrews, of course.
What? How preposterous! You can't stick any of that on me! Even though I've been hella sus this whole time. God!
Okay, I can't, can I? Would you care to test me?
No. Please don't.
Then, what about this knife? Hmm?
This knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. On Guard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you.
Jesus Christ, how many pairs of glasses does she have?
Right! I'm scared. Then, what about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama?
This button was removed from the victim's body after he already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found the body or the killer. However, if Mr. On Guard was the real killer, there's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama.
Ah!
We need a glasses break count.
The only person who could have put this button into Mr. On Guard's Hakama. The person who went to wake him up from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews.
I see. What about the empty guitar case?
She took that too.
There's also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case?
Give me a second. Oh, no. It's on the right side. For some reason, I thought the knife wound was on the wrong side.
It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews.
No,
We are bullying this poor woman.
Objection!
You're badgering.
But Miss Andrews's fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. She was wearing gloves. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time.
That's right.
That's because she's not intent on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it.
Something tells me we are not going to have to prove that.
Yeah, probably not. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. As Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show us, yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body.
No, that was still weird, but you know.
And to top it all off, there's this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited.
Yeah, excited. Excitedly exited.
No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. On Guard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not?
That's hella rude. Please stop.
Well, how about it, Miss Andrews?
Uh,
Got her this time.
Miss Andrews?
What?
I refuse to testify.
I mean, technically she can. It's Fifth Amendment, but...
True.
What was that?
But there's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me.
Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What?
Wow.
Nick, what the fuck?
This is happening. This is happening.
Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot.
I plead fifth.
Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. On Guard's room,
Adrian Andrews. God, it's been a while since I did that voice. I missed her.
Yes?
Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood?
Alright, bitch. Ah,
That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad.
You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done?
And I think we're going to end there.
yeah.
Because I feel like that's a really nice,
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
a
nice
good
line to end
cliffhanger
on.
for a weekend.
yeah.
Dun dun.
Cliffhanger.
Dun.
All I could
No!
think of was edge hanger, and I knew that wasn't it.
Edgelord hanger.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we'll be back on Tuesday, because today's Thursday. Thank God today is Thursday. It's been a week.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll be back on Tuesday, normal time, and Mana has a announcement.
Yes.
Hey guys, so I made it to the finals of a singing competition. I know some of you already know because I see you, Justin, in the chat. Hello. But yes, the voting period is starting now till the 28th. Go follow me on @Manabingu on Twitter. I have it as my latest post. But yes, I would really appreciate the help so I can get original music done. That'd be cool.
And it's voting on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yes, voting is on Instagram at Greedy Kalina's Instagram. That's the name of the girl, Greedy Kalina. So yes, thank you so much for your support. Y'all can listen to me sing. If I win the contest, I promised that I would sing any tokusatsu or anime opening in character, as anybody. So even if you want Edgeworth to sing something, by all means, please go vote.
We need to
and tell me
find
what song.
the most down home southern song we can find. How country can we go?
Oh my
You
god,
could
yes.
go Country Roads. I don't know. The one by Lil Nas X. I don't know.
There we
Sure,
go.
But Edgeworth.
But yeah,
Sure.
go vote. Tell your friends to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please. I would love that, and I would love to sing anything in any voice. That'd be great.
So go vote, and we will see you guys on Tuesday. Also, go tell your friends to vote. Just everyone vote.
Yeah,
You know, it's
just
good
vote.
practice
Thanks.
for regular things. Voting is a good thing to do.
Exactly.
And this is a great way to practice
Mm-hmm.
voting.
Yeah.
And you can think about country songs for Mana to sing as Edgeworth.
Yes. That's definitely what we're gonna make that do.
I'll do it. I'll
So
do it.
we will keep that in your mind. Tell your friends to vote, and we will see you guys on Tuesday. So be safe, wear a mask, vote, be safe.
Make good choices.
There we go. I'm missing something
Careless
else, but you know
whisper.
what? Wash your hands. All
God,
that.
Please wash your
Yes.
hands.
Please wash your hands.
Yes.
We are nearing somewhat of the end of this pandemic. Let's not let up now.
Don't fuck it up now,
Don't
y'all.
go to
Exactly.
Miami. Don't go to
Yeah,
Miami.
don't go to Miami.
Stop it.
Please.
Please don't.
So so we will see you guys then. And bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
I love
Bye.
Bye.